hating on Jay-Z. He's a fucking genius.
He's a genius.
But you got to understand the facts.
But the type of career I would want, Jay's career over 50.
You're fucking on drugs. Don't ever listen to this.
I'm just saying.
You got to be. This guy's out of his fucking mind.
Have
See, this what I'm saying?
11 number one
He's just
albums.
a Jay-Z.
How
I'm not
many
going to
number
call him
one
a
albums?
glazer.
50.
Yeah. I'm not going to say you a
How many
Jay-Z.
Jay-Z glazer?
I'm not going to say you a Jay-Z glazer.
He's
right?
a good guy to glaze.
I'm a Jay-Z fan.
I'm not going to say you a Jay-Z glazer.
I'm a 50 fan.
But let's
I'm an Eminem fan.
Okay.
But I'm just saying.
The difference, the reason why I think you sound crazy and you just a 50. You might just be a 50 hater. And it's,
No. We all love 50.
Now look. So look, he said he'd rather have Jay's career over 50, right?
Yeah, me personally, no, but yeah.
Listen, Jay's presentation is good. I think 50 always has the best presentation in hip hop. And what I'm saying is Jay will do a deal, and we can look it up. Remember when he had the album with Samsung, and they bought 1 million copies before he even dropped?
That's a fire.
He always found a way to
Jay's
win.
Brilliant.
Yeah. He always found a way to win. When he had his percentage in the Barclays, he used that. He had a good presentation. But when 50 Cent dropped, it felt like Tupac came back from the dead.
Yes, but no disrespect.
No disrespect. No. And look, because let's keep it real.
Bring the hammer down.
Jay is smart enough. You gotta let me finish.
All right.
Jay is smart enough to stand next to the fire.
Yes.
That's what
Kanye album,
Yeah.
R. Kelly album, R. Kelly album.
Let me talk.
R. Kelly
Who
album.
was on Jay-Z? Look, when did 50 tour with Jay-Z? Look it up. I was in jail. Because he was standing next to the fire.
That's smart.
Jay admitted it.
That's smart.
50 had the most hate. Niggas didn't need to stand next to the fire to heat up.
I don't know. This one, I'm gonna pull up a bunch of accolades in their career side by side. But before I do that, let me just react to the video. So shout out to Yayo. You know what I'm saying? Of course, he's a guy that's always gonna talk up 50. That's his guy. That's one of the most loyal people you've ever seen in the hip hop industry. Okay, so of course there's a million times bias there. What do I expect the guy to say? And then you got one guy in there that said that horrible shit. Talk about he's a good guy to what? What I think he meant was, if you look at some of the industry titans that have come through the hip hop world, you got your Dr. Dre's, you got your Eminems, you got your Jay-Z's, you got your 50 Cents. If you want to add pop and R&B a little bit, you got your Beyonce's, you got your Rihanna's. These are billionaires and multi-hundred-dollar millionaires. And you know what I'm saying? So I mean, multi-hundred millionaires. So when you start comparing these people, they got a ton of accolades. We talked about music, but he kind of brought up some major moves, the title one or the release of the album, and the crash the service. We remember that. And he talked about, some of these big moves, like with the Barclays, how he positioned himself with the Brooklyn Nets and then made off with that one. And then he started talking about music. So it's just like, you can't just talk about music, Yayo, because to be honest, 50 Cent probably made more money outside of music than he did from his 5 or 6 albums. And Jay-Z absolutely made way more money doing all the stuff that he's been doing. There's no way Jay-Z would have ever got close to being a billionaire from just music. Even Kanye. Kanye is one of the biggest rappers of music. He's one of the biggest music artists of all time. Not even just rappers. What crossed him across $1 billion? Adidas. It's not music. That's the case with all. Same thing with Rihanna, Fenty, and the perfume line and that type of stuff. Rick Ross, where's the majority of his money come from? These endorsements, the Bel Air, and it's never the music that crosses these guys into billionaires and hundreds of millions of dollars. I'm not saying that they don't make good money from it, but anyway, there's levels. All right, let's talk about some of these accolades and comparisons. Since they didn't try to compare music or their rap legacies or their rap careers. They said careers, period. Okay. All right. So when we talk about Jay-Z and 50 Cent, this is one of the biggest pieces of it. Your net worth. What's the point of doing all this work, all these business ventures, putting out all this music, TV shows, movies, all the stuff that they both got going on during the course of their careers and only getting paid $50, right? Versus getting paid hundreds of millions of dollars. The net worth of 50 Cent, they say it's between 50 and $100 million. That is a great fucking number. Way more than I have. I would trade bank accounts with the man. You know, I was actually kind of shocked last year when we streamed and it was going around the comparison that Rick Ross's net worth is actually worth more than 50 cents right now. That's what was being reported last year. We pulled it up and it said the same. It was like, oh shit. But we talking about 50 to 150 million net worth for 50. That's a big difference towards Jay-Z's 2.5 billion as per Forbes 2025. It's a big fucking deal. All right. Album wise, we got 5 major studio releases from 50 Cent, and it says 13 from Jay-Z along with 4 collaborative albums. There's a big difference in amount of albums that were put out. Okay. This is a big difference as well. When you talk about the album sales, 50 Cent, he might be the only one of the two that has a diamond album, right? I don't think any of Jay-Z's albums went diamond. He had a bunch of platinum albums, but selling 10 million, 50 Cent can say that. But when you take that Get Rich or Die Trying and you add that with all his other albums, he's at 30 million. Whereas Jay-Z is at a total of 140 million worldwide records sold. That's more than 3 times, or almost what? Yeah, 3 times, more than 3 times the amount of albums sold. So that's a big difference there too. When you talk about major tours, you got the Final Lap with 50. Looks like it grossed 103.6 million. Beautiful. They don't got any numbers for some of the major tours for Jay-Z. Hard Knock Life Tour, that was a big deal. Blueprint 3 Tour, the Magna Carta World Tour, toured with Beyonce. Oh, that's a cheat code, though. That's like Kendrick. How certain people say Kendrick touring with SZA is a little bit of a cheat. Jay-Z tour with Beyonce is definitely a cheat code. I ain't gonna lie, but hey, it's his woman. Shit. You hate me because I'm with the woman that is worth $1 billion as well, and I could tour with her and break records, and you're with the woman that ends up on trial with. Let me shut up. Allegedly, I'm just saying. It is what it is, right? All right, business ventures. You got Jay-Z, co-founder of Rockefeller, Rock Nation. That's the big boy right there. Rock Nation Entertainment Company, 40/40 Club, multiple cognac ventures, former co-owner of Tidal, Stakes, Uber. Oh, he got stake in Uber, and I almost forgot that one too. More liquor brands with Armand and Douce, real estate and art ventures. He's got a lot of shit. 50 owner and founder of G Unit Records, G Unit Films and Television, executive produced the TV show Power. Fire. He's got he did the vitamin water deal, and he did FM vodka, he did Branson cognac. Yo, he's done a lot too. That sounds like a fight right there. I know that Rock Nation is that's serious. Awards won. Even if we just talk about Grammys, winning 1 Grammy is fire. That's what 50 Cent did. Fire. But Jay-Z's got 25. Jay-Z held the record at 25 until Kendrick just broke it the other night. Wow. All right. Record-setting nominations, 88, tied with Beyonce. Oh, how you tie with your own wife? That's fire. Nomination, 88. He's tied with Beyonce. Get Rich or Die Trying was the last nominations, the same for Grammys for 50 Cent. Okay. I ain't hating. I'm just saying. So when you start really looking at it, even if you want to try to pick apart with a fine-tooth comb, accolade for accolade, it's still they're all doing it to make money and to build these financial empires. And at the end of the day, even if you take the highest side of 50 Cent, that's 150 million to 2.5 billion. That is a big difference. Big difference. All right. Speaking of 50 Cent and Jay-Z, here you go again. 50 Cent on his gram, trolling Jay, of course. Got him in the Predator AI because of all the Epstein stuff, right? And what's this caption? I know you're going to say I'm a hater, but what do you say about what he's saying, fool? LOL. Get your ass down the street. Yeah, that's not a good headline to be in. All this Epstein stuff, you know, some of it could be like, they ain't got no legs to it. But at the end of the day, it just don't look good and sound good for Jay right now. It's bad press, you know, so 50's going to take the opportunity. And speaking of taking the opportunity, in typical 50 Cent fashion when it comes to trolling, did y'all see this commercial? And did y'all catch all the shots and the little doubles that he put in it?
It's come to my attention that everyone's calling me a troll. Some said even the king of trolls. First of all, I'm flattered, but I'm done with all that. I would never do a deal with DoorDash and quite literally deliver beef when millions of people are watching. I mean, who would do something like that? Delivering quality beef is more of an art than science. Don't want to be too obvious. It's all about timing. And I'm always on time. Oh, they sell Combs. What a coincidence. No matter what kind of beef you have going on this weekend, remember DoorDash delivers. And you know what goes great with beef? A bottle of this beautiful Branson cognac, aged 4 years or 50 months. Who's keeping count?
Fire. To think DoorDash got in on this type of, that's great promotion for DoorDash, whether it's controversial for some people or not. But did y'all catch everything? The final one that he laughed at, what did he say? His cognac, that placement promotion that he promotes, age. What do we all talk about? Wine and fine liquors or whatever, how long they age, right? Aged 4 years or 50 months, whichever one. Who's counting? There's the double on the 50 cent, 50 months, but 4 years or 50 months. Isn't that Diddy's sentence? Wow. Who else did he troll? He trolled Diddy 2 more times. The comb, because DoorDash delivers groceries and all types of stuff that you need from even convenience stores now, right? The comb, Sean Combs. The cheese puffs, Puffy. That's Diddy twice, or Diddy a total of 3 times. He pulls out the clock, and I'm always on time. That's Ja Rule. And in the beginning, he trolls himself. Say, who the hell beefs and does all this trolling, especially with millions of people watching? I would never do that. But that's exactly what he does. Social media and IG platforms, millions and millions of people up there watching. He'll do something like post Big Meech is a rat. And, like he just uses it for his own pleasure and fun, but he promotes alongside everything that he does. It's always like a hashtag, whatever he's promoting, whatever he got going on. So it's genius. It's smart. He's embraced it. And I think he's looked in the mirror and said, I'm going to die like this. And everybody's entertained by it. And he's got the success to back it all up. So shout out to 50. You can't hate on the man. Yeah, I mean, tune in or tune out. Shout out to 50 and Jay. It is what it is.